Welcome to our Chinese medicine study today. Today we are going to talk about one very common phenomenon in Chinese in our daily practice. Sometimes you will find, like, for instance, there's one day one of your friend got flu, and he went to a Chinese medicine doctor. He got a prescription, he got a formula from the doctor, and a few days later, one of his family got the flu again. And his family went to the doctor. Then his family got very different formula from the same Chinese medicine doctor. And sometimes people will confuse why we got the same flu at different times. We got very different formula. And what's more interesting is we take the different formula and the flu was healed. So today we're going to talk about why we will use different formula for the same disease. In Chinese medicine treatment plans, we always think about the symptoms, not only symptoms. So if, for example, if you got the flu, you have like sore throat and with fever or with headache, and sometimes with running nose, but the phlegm was very thick, and sometimes when you cough, the phlegm was thick and the color was yellow. In this condition, in Chinese medicine, it was diagnosed as flu, but it's due to the heat and some other condition. The other patient may have the same flu, but the symptoms are very different. The other one maybe feels very sleepy, and also with pale tongue with white coating, and also he can have runny nose with some running phlegm, and the color of the phlegm was white and it's not thick. So as you can see, although it's the same flu, it may have two very different symptoms. So in this condition, Chinese medicine we will diagnose according to the symptoms. We conclude to a cause. We treat the cause. So one due to the heat and one is due to the cold. That's why we use different formula. For the heat, the doctor may use Mao Huang Tang, the one we talked previously. For the cold, we may use, for the flu, due to the cold, due to the cold condition with the pale tongue with some white coating and floating pulse. The patient may have fever or not. In this condition, we may use Mao Huang Tang or Gui Zhi Tang, the one we talked in previous video. And the other patient with sore throat, with red tongue, with some yellow coating and thick phlegm. In this condition, it's due to wind heat. This condition we may use Yin Qiao San. That's why for the same disease, the same flu, we may use different formula, because your body condition is different, and also sometimes it's because of the periods you have been sick. So for instance, if you got flu from the first 2 days, you may use one kind of formula. If you have flu for a week later, or even for the whole week, we will use another formula. Because if you have flu for a few days, even 1 or 2 weeks, it probably will indicate that you got a very weak immune system. In this condition, we will use the normal formula. We will add some herbs which can improve the immune system, such as Huangqi, Dangsheng, these kinds of herbs to improve the immune system. That's why we use different formula for the same disease. On the other aspects, sometimes you find with different disease when they go to the doctor, sometimes they can have the same formula. For instance, pneumonia. If a patient got pneumonia, he got a fever, he was coughing, wheezing sounds in the lung, and cough with a lot of phlegm. In this condition, we may use 小青龙汤, especially for a lot of phlegm and a lot of fluids in the lungs. We may use 小青龙汤 for the pneumonia. And the other patient, he got asthma. When the asthma has acute attack, the patient also have very similar symptoms with the white coating, with wheezing sounds in the lung, and also with a lot of phlegm. It's not thick. In this condition, for this asthma patient, we also may use 小青龙汤. So as you can see from these two very different diseases, one is pneumonia, the other one is asthma. But when it appears the similar symptoms, we will use the same formula. Also, another case is if someone got a stomach ache, or due to the stomach ache and the stomach it is dislocated due to the weakness of the body. So in this condition, we normally recommend to use 补中益气汤 to tonify the body, to tonify the spleen, to help the spleen to lift up the stomach, to keep the organs in the correct position. In the other case, the other lady came to us. She got like excess menstruation. Because during her period, he got the menstruation, he got the blood, he got the bleeding all the time. She won't stop, and we saw her with a pale tongue and very weak pulse. In this condition, we also may use 补中益气汤. So you can see from these two different cases, one is internal disease for digestive system, the other one is gynecology disease. We also can use the same formula. So from these few examples, you can see Chinese medicine, we don't only focus on the symptoms, we focus on the symptoms. If it shows the same symptoms, although it's not the same disease, we can use one specific formula. Although sometimes it's the same disease, but if it shows different symptoms, we will choose different formula.